A lot of MAGA supporters seem to be growing disillusioned by what they voted for. And two bitter adversaries in D.C. are actually on the same page about what to do about it. Marjorie Taylor Greene and Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, who have long history of feuding with each other. And here's what they're saying now. Take a look.
The American people have to open their eyes and deal with reality and deal with truth. And the truth is, look, you may have supported President Trump for 10 years like I did, like you have, but this is not the same man. This is not the same man that we supported.
The fact that they have gotten off the sycophant train and are saying, you know, we trusted the wrong person. We are sorry for that, and we need all of you to wake up to the fact that you've also trusted the wrong person, I think is an important thing for us to put our arms around and say, yes, then now let's figure out how do we save our country from the disaster that this man is creating.
I mean, so really the question is, you know, can voters on both sides of the aisle move past this insanity and do something about what we're seeing? Can people say, yes, we disagree on many things, but we agree on this, that this cannot continue. This,
well, to
the
me,
House
it looks
cannot
like
stand.
they both are recognizing, even though they both have major issues, that things that they've said in the past about each other that are just horrendous on both sides, actually. But it seems to me that they are seeing the emergency that we're in right now with Trump in the White House. Every day he becomes more erratic. He's starting to say crazy things. Every day it's crazier and crazier. And so I think that they are beginning to see that. And, you know, I always will welcome, you've seen the light, come right into my tent. There's a lot of room for the never-Trumpers and the non-Trumpers. So maybe that's what it's going to be.
I love when someone sees the light on an issue, but the details matter. Because Marjorie Taylor Greene, the whole idea that she now sees Donald Trump for someone that she doesn't trust anymore or whatever, fine. But she still dances in circles of anti-Semitism, mingles with people like Nick Fuentes, goes on Alex Jones' podcast. Yeah, this was the man that said the school shootings were actors when it came to Sandy Hook. To even go near that man and do an interview is problematic for me. She still believes the election was stolen. So these details matter. Just because she agrees, oh, I don't like Trump, I'm not like, oh, okay, great, welcome aboard. You've got to look at the character of the people you're speaking of.
So what should you do, reject her altogether?
Yes, we should reject her altogether. I'm sorry. I understand.
You know, like you always say, take the win.
On one issue, not an over blanket thing. If she decided to vote on one piece of a policy I like, I'd say good for you. No. But that does not erase everything.
Why are you so welcoming, Joy?
I'm not welcoming. I don't hold grudges. If they want to come over to my side, I'm taking them.
Well, I'm going to hold the grudge.
Because she speaks to the MAGA base. And she has a way of getting through to them that
maybe
nobody
that's
else
what she
can.
needs to do then. She needs to go amongst her people and convince her people.
That's what she did.
I'm okay with that, but I'm not welcoming
Jones and all those folks.
But
those
she's now
are her
saying
people.
she's now saying she's going to become an independent. She thinks she wants to leave the Republican Party. I think she should.
I don't care what she's going to do. I want her to tell people that what they did did not work out the way they thought it was, as they had been told it wasn't going to work out. And now that she has seen the light, she needs to tell the people that she carries along.
Correct.
Yes.
She needs to do that. But in terms of welcoming her with open arms like Joy wants to do and give her a big bear hug,
I'm not going to do that
with her. Well, I don't know. I just think that if you voted for Donald Trump 3 times, if you voted for him this last election, when we told you what was going to happen, Project 2025, 53% of those initiatives have been implemented. This country is on fire. We are in trouble. People are being killed in the streets. People are unhoused. People can't afford anything.
You need someone like her.
Yeah, you need her, but you don't need to welcome her. I'm sorry. It is unforgivable.
I genuinely see both of your perspectives, but I'm with Joy on this. You build coalitions.
You want to give Marjorie Taylor Greene a big bear hug?
Let her tell you what she wants to do.
You build coalitions with converts, and I see this first on a human level. If somebody passionately agrees with me on one issue issue and we disagree on other things. I look for the movement forward we could have on that one issue,
Right.
even if I may never agree on that other thing. But politically speaking, there are some candidates and some Democrats who've been out there and saying, I don't want a single Trump voter. I don't need a single one. Jasmine Crockett famously said that, and James Tallarico beat her for the Senate nomination in Texas as the Democrat. Katie Porter said similarly about her bid for governor in California. You have to be willing to grow your coalition with people who got duped, who thought the economy was going to be stronger, thought the border was going to be secure, but it was only going to be the bad guys who were taken out. And you got to welcome them in.
Donald Trump has not changed one
But
bit.
if it was just
He's the
about
same person.
yeah, but if it was just about being against Donald Trump, the Democrats would have won in 2024. Welcome a convert, and also on policy.
He
I
has
think
changed,
too.
actually. He used to be a Democrat.
But Alyssa, one
Well,
thing
he's worse now.
One thing I would push back on that is Marjorie Taylor Greene saw the light when it became personal to her.
Correct.
So when
Yeah.
he threatened her child or said,
But what is the difference between Nancy Reagan doing that when she discovered that her husband was ill and she
Right.
suddenly thought, we should have the...
because Marjorie
cell
Taylor
research.
Green is
Yes,
dancing in some
yes.
very dangerous issues,
And
and
there
she's conspiracy
I agree.
minded.
I think
Yes.
that there's been this bear hug, more of the media of her because she's anti-Trump, and we kind of have turned a bit of a blind eye to the more dangerous things. Like if you palled around with
Now,
Nick
if you laugh,
Fuentes,
you haven't.
no, yeah, not like palled around with Nick
Never
Fuentes.
turned
We
any
asked her
blind
about
eye.
it here,
Yeah.
and
She danced around
Well,
it.
I
Yeah.
respect her. I don't think her answer was sufficient. I think that he espouses some of the most dangerous anti-Semitic rhetoric, and she still needs to answer those questions and be held
Listen,
accountable.
And
He
Nick
has-
Fuentes is also just a racist and
Right.
everything else.
All
So-
of them.
But
all of the
here's the
things.
thing. If we don't say, okay, listen, yes, go tell your people you got duped.
Right.
Go do it. Because if you don't tell them, they're going to continue to believe
That's right.
that there's nothing wrong here. And when you're saying there's something wrong there must be something wrong because you voted with him 99 times.
Yeah.
99% of the time. So it's not a bear hug. It's not a thing. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, finally, I'm glad you saw the light. Go and tell it on the mountain.
And Marjorie
Tell your
Taylor
people.
Greene is tell it on the mountain. Marjorie Taylor Greene is far more persuasive with MAGA voters than
That's
any
right.
Democrat
That's the
is
main
going to be.
idea
She
of this
speaks their language.
conversation.
Yes.
Exactly.
Is that she can influence MAGA.
If the one issue is he's not what he seems, then we can agree right there. But beyond
He's the
that, I
same
don't
person he
endorse
always
so many
has
things.
been.
Listen, but we all knew that, and so did many people. They thought that the them was somebody else. It turns out that them is all of us.
Yeah.
So now
Right.
everybody has to decide. It's like when you saw those pictures, everybody has to decide where they stand. Where do you stand on your stance with God? Was that okay with you? Where do you stand on your friendship with people? You are friends with women and men and gay people and straight people, whether you know they're gay or straight or not. You are still friends with them. So now we all have to decide, are we going to take the road with the people who say this is no good and God doesn't like this? Or are we going to go with the people who say, you know what? God invites everybody into the tent. There is no, there's no go away. It's all of us or none of us.